Hello, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 5 of Soccer in the City, our New York City FC save. And as you can see from our last episode where we had that disappointing loss at home to Atlanta, we then went to Dallas. Never really got going in this, but as you can see, picked up a few yellow cards. The remarkable thing is that no one got sent off. But yeah, just a few yellows there. Then we went to Salt Lake City, got a really good 2-1 win. We were poor in the first half, but we were really, really good in the second half. You can see 2 early goals set us on our way. And of course, David Villa got a goal there, and then that became a theme. David Villa has decided that he's going to start the season in mid-May. Orlando City, you can see a David Villa hat-trick. It was an even game. It wasn't as comfortable as it looks, but you can see we got quite a few late goals, 82nd, 91st, and 93rd minute for David Villa for the hat-trick. But that was a really, really good win for Orlando City. They've been a little bit of a bogey side for us defensively, so it was good to get a good win there. And then we went to Atlanta, got some revenge on them as well. Again, a poor first half, but we did shave an even game. A late goal for them, as you can see in stoppage time, made the score look a little bit closer than it was. But another goal from David Villa. Thomas McNamara came off the bench and got a goal as well. So all in all, things have been on the up and up. And in terms of the league table, you can see we're sitting nicely in second place in our division, only a point off top, but with a game in hand. And in the Supporters' Shield, the MLS overall, you can see we're sitting in fifth, just the 5 points off Colorado, though they do have a game in hand on us. They are looking quite strong. So this episode, we're going to play at home against New England and then against Philadelphia. So some nice derbies there for us. Let's have a look at the team to take on New England first. Pretty familiar team. We have Johnson in goal, Matarrita, Callens, Brilliant, and Struner across the back four. A slight tweak in midfield, again, trying to deal with the absence of Pirlo. Herrera is a ball-winning midfielder. We're going to give McNamara a start as a box-to-box. Then Harrison and Lewis with the width, Morales and Villa up front. You'll notice that Wallace is missing. That's because he's injured. He's going to miss this game. Back in 7 days, might be around for the Philadelphia game. And Pirlo, he is still about 3 weeks off yet, so he's not going to feature this episode. Hopefully, he'll be back for the next one, though. Okay, so we can see the way that they're lining up here. It's a little bit narrow, so hopefully we can try and exploit the width of the pitch with our wingers and fullbacks and take advantage of that. Team talk-wise, let's give the fans the performance they're expecting. All right, and let's hopefully go and do that. Okay, fans in full voice, let's hopefully beat this New England team. It's not quite the Boston rivalry because I'm pretty sure that Revolution is not a good start there. It's actually just outside of Boston. I forget what the place is called, but I'm pretty sure it's just outside. So hopefully we can defend this set piece. It's been a bit of a slow start. Get that away. We can. I was a little bit worried it was going to be given as a penalty there. So let's give them some encouragement, because this has not been a particularly good start. Through ball, they're in behind, and Johnson saves us. We really need to get going here because this has not been good. We haven't had any of the ball. Juan Aguilera, he was at Red Bull, wasn't he? He was a really highly rated striker at one point. 24, yeah, it must be him. Can we get that in? No. It's fallen to Lewis. Lewis takes a shot. Didn't really ever look like going in. Looked like it just was always spinning away. Another corner. We're coming back into this. Can we get to that one? We can. Oh, easy save for the keeper, though. Njok. That's a good name. All right, what can we do here? We are getting absolutely picked apart. Can we get that away? If we can get away with this, I think we might just go back to our usual not necessarily playing for the width. So we're on the counter-attack here. John Lewis, can he find David Villa? We've got Harrison at the back post as well. It's gone into Villa! Really good play from Jonathan Lewis down the wing on the counter-attack. We had men queuing up in the middle there, and he's picked out David Villa, who is in the form, well, no, not the form of his life. He's had some pretty good form over the time, David Villa, but certainly in the form of of the season here. So what we might look to do here then is we might just look to go back to narrow. We might just look to go back to structured and take it off, be expressive. We have been playing relatively well anyway with that that setup. So maybe the changes were a little bit overconfidence on my part. Herrera's got a booking, so that means he's suspended for the next game, so that's a little bit disappointing. Matarrita and Harrison tripping over each other. We've got through here. Marietta, David Villa off the crossbar. So we had a slow start, but we have come rocketing back into this. And obviously have taken the lead as well. Let me put some pressure on them. They're playing it around pretty nicely there. Callens heads it up. No, Morales couldn't quite get onto that. No, oh, it's a good ball. Johnson, that's poor finish actually, but Johnson stayed calm and collected it for us quite comfortably. Let's give them a concentrate. I'm wondering if we should maybe look at playing a little bit narrower because all their attack is coming through the middle. Oh, Johnson, no, rebound given up. There's not much Johnson could do about the rebound. He did really good save. No, we'll watch it again. Really good save, the first one. Just fell straight back to him. He couldn't miss. Nothing Johnson could do. Can we get back in front before half-time? This would be a wonderful time to score if we can manage it. Matarrita, no, it's a poor pass. Are we going to get counted here? They've got men pouring forward. Come on, let's not give up a goal now. Orlando City 3-1 up against Toronto FC. Good tackle, Struna. Apparently didn't feel the need to go and clear it, though. It's still there. Can we still clear it? Oh, you just wonder if this is not going to end well for us. Matarrita, now he does clear it to David Villa. Can he hold on to the ball? Looks like he can. Ball up to Harrison. What can Harrison do? Oh, he's off. They're down to 10. Let's all laugh at Kofi. So it's a nice little bonus before half-time, and given that they're already playing narrow, an extra man advantage for us will hopefully be a good thing. So I think we'll give it a calm, not happy. Give McNamara a little bit of extra confidence here. Herrera, will just let him know we really don't want him to get another booking. And Morales, will give him, he wasn't good either, so we'll just give him a little extra. Get into the game, son. Do we need to do anything here? Maybe we want to play a little bit wider. If they have that, if we have that man advantage, we probably want to do that. If we stretch the pitch, obviously it makes it a little bit more difficult for the 10 men to defend a wider area. If we're doing sort of touchline to touchline attacking. John Lewis down the wing. This would be a wonderful start to the half. No, it's not a good cross. So let's have a look. They're just going the one man up front. which is kind of what you would expect them to do in this situation, given that right now it's a draw. They have a point. Can we get that up to Harrison once again proving himself to be a decent attacking option for us, chipping in with the goals. Good header. Climbed above two men there. I think they'll be a little bit disappointing with their defending, but that's not our problem. So Maxi Morales isn't having a good game. I wonder if, because there's sort of two defensive midfielders there, if they're crowding him out a little bit. So it's kind of over to them now, isn't it? We don't necessarily need... John Lewis has taken a knock, so let's take him off. We don't necessarily need to attack because... I wonder if we should actually... I think McNamara can play in wide areas. And then we can bring on Ring to shore up the centre of midfield. Yeah, I think we like that. Yeah, like I was saying, it's kind of over to them. We don't necessarily need to attack them here. We just need to make sure that we concentrate and don't go and give away an equalising goal. So we're dominating the ball. Tighten up. Oh, let's not go and concede from a set piece. Oh. I didn't want to see that. Right, so still some time to go here. So this isn't the final highlight. Bit of a heavy touch, but we don't have anyone there to take advantage of it. Callens wins that well. Nemeth still there for them. Can we get a foot in somewhere, anywhere? Tierney Matarita cuts that out beautifully. Can we launch a counter-attack here? Harrison, can he go over the top to Villa? It's a decent pass. Villa's onto it. Can he cut inside? He can. It's McNamara. Go on, son. Oh. Wonderful chance to win the game for us there. It's still with us. Minute to go, so it's still not necessarily the final highlight. Toronto FC back to 3-2. Matarita gets the ball in. Oh, Villa. It's gone for a corner. Morales knocks it in. Headed clear by Kamara. I wonder if that... No, I think Kai Kamara is probably retired by now, isn't he? The guy that was at Norwich, I think, in the Premier League for a bit. I think he was a Sporting Kansas City guy. Ring! Oh, good effort. So that should be at 10 seconds to go. We have the throw. Hopefully we won't even take the throw. We'll just let this run itself out. There it is. I don't know if it was an absolute classic, but it was definitely a good win. It was a decent game, actually, wasn't it? There was a lot of highlights. So we'll give it... it's important to switch our focus to the next game. I think that's good. Struna, we'll give him an impressed. And Morales did not impress. Onwards and upwards, boys. Let's go. So there it is. Top of the league. 14 games in. Toronto FC did end up losing, so that's given us a 4-point gap to them. We're point up with the game in hand on Columbus, so things are looking good. So I'll just quickly play through and then we'll be back for the Philadelphia game. Okay, welcome back. Here we have the Philadelphia game. So you can see we are the favourites. We are at home. They're sitting 6th in the league in our division. So hopefully at home this is a game we can win. The team we're going with, pretty much the same team. Only change, Alexander Ring coming in for the suspended Yengel Herrera. Other news as well that's just happened is Miguel Camaro. He was out with a broken pelvis. He's just come back to training. So he's going to be an option for us in the next few weeks as well, which is good because he looks quite a decent player. So looking forward to getting him back in the team. But for now, this is what we have against Philly. Okay, so we do actually have, I think, identical lineups. So this is going to very much be a case of who has the better team, which hopefully will be us. So what do we want to do here? Passionate, do it for the fans. That seems to be what the assistant says, so let's go with that. Yeah, well, it's not great, is it? But that's okay, we'll do it for the fans anyway. Okay, big game against divisional rivals here. Obviously, New York and Philadelphia. I think in just about every American sport seem to be big rivals. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that seems to be the impression I get. Good tackle there. So this is, I'm assuming, just a kickoff highlight, so we're not expecting much. We don't get much. They've got quite a few little niggly injuries there too, don't they? Is that Curtis? Is it Curtis? Charlie Davis. He was in a bad car accident, wasn't he? I think that's the same guy. Courage. So we've had more of the ball, but not much by way of highlights. Just the two long shots, it looks like. All right. First highlight, and it's not looking good for us. Judging by the end of the field, is that? Can we get that clear? Oh, that was lucky. Thundered off the crossbar. Brilliant. No, dude, couldn't find a teammate there. So we've had a life. Let's hope we don't need a second one, though this doesn't look good, does it? Almost identical starting position to the last highlight. Bedoya's going back. Said, pressure him, boys, pressure him. He's gone back to the keeper. Switch the play. Can we win that header? We can't. Can we win the second ball? We can. Throwing it back to Callens. Callens to Ring back to Johnson. Johnson upfield. Can Villa get onto that? Can we get the second ball? McNamara gets the second ball. It's up to Harrison. Heads for the wing. Can he get a ball in? It's back post. Oh, it's easy for the keeper. Sometimes you see those drifting over the keeper's heads, but you're really clutching at straws if that's going to be your source of goals. All right, this highlight just does not want to end. And as we know, long highlights tend to mean goals, and I don't like that Philadelphia has the ball right now. Can we get that? Charlie Davies couldn't miss. Good finish. Very, very poor defending. Very poor. We didn't really go with that runner, but look at this. We've got two central defenders there, and he's just run between the two of them. So I think we'll have to be working on defensive positioning in training this week. Let's demand more when we can. Ring, is that a penalty? No, he's done that cleanly. That was a bit of a lungy tackle. All right, so we're on to that second ball. Jonathan Lewis, he's got some pace. He's in behind. Look at this. We're queuing up at the back post. We've got to score here, surely. Lewis into David Villa. David Villa, he's missed. How was he missed? That is unbelievable. Let's demand more. We're just not at this, are we? We've had a habit in first halves of just not being in the game. Come on. Oh, that's lungy. Oh, we're going to be down to 10. Any chance of a yellow ref? Didn't think so. Ugh. It was a horrible tackle. We have Chanot, so we have a good replacement. It's just who we take off. Lewis is already on a yellow. Obviously, the last thing that we need is for multiple players to start getting sent off. So we'll play him as an inside forward. I wonder if we can maybe play him as a Mazzella. All right. This makes life difficult for us. Obviously, what we don't want to do is go and concede a second before half-time, and then it really does start to get difficult. It's a good header. All right, Maxi Morales on the counter. All ahead for Harrison. Harrison in acres of space. Can he get us back on equal terms? Oh my God, what was that? The build-up play was so nice, and then that was just horrible. Yeah, look at this. Individually, just not at it. They're going to get tired too. They have so many players with knocks. So I think it's an aggressive, show a bit of desire. Chanot's only just come on, so it's a bit harsh to have too much of a go at him. And can we just punch him in the face for getting sent off? All right, let's hope for a better second half. It's only the one goal, so it is salvageable. A draw, if not a win. But we need to play better. It's just, I mean, that Harrison effort in the second half, end of the first half there, I feel like that just summed it up. So let's just, is there a calm down? Calm down. Just everybody relax. Give them a push forward. We'll start to go attacking because if you're going to lose 1-0, you might as well lose 2-0. We win that. We can win that. Ball forward. Oh no, it is there for Villa. Come on, David Villa. Come on, channel Barcelona. I mean, keeper saved it. It was on target at least, but come on. Put pressure on that. Another corner. We're not really making the most of these corners, are we? And we just look as though we're just setting ourselves up for a counter-attack every time we have our own corners. Right, you've got to go with him, Struner. That's a good tackle, Matarrita. Now can we launch a counter-attack of our own? McNamara forward. That's a terrible pass. That's equally as bad. Alexander Ring to Villa. What can Villa do? Villa across to Harrison. He's in some space. Look at this in the middle. Got to square it. Got to be a goal. It's got to be David Villa. We took advantage of that really, really nicely. It's a good ball from Villa in the first place. And look at this. We had 3 men in the middle just queuing up. And it fell to the man we would want it to fall to, David Villa. He is on quite the goal-scoring run of form right now. I think given the circumstances, a point is not the worst thing that could happen to us here. Tell us to concentrate. We might see if we can make a bit of a time-wasting sub that will also just freshen things up a bit for us. Let's bring Shelton on for Morales. Shelton's a very physical player, good pace, good in the air. So that could benefit us. Anything else? I think we'll leave it at that. I really would at this point just take a draw and run. Be quite happy with that. Of course, if we can go and get a winner, then that's another thing. But I think this could be the full-time highlight. Unless there's going to be a heartbreaking goal for one of the teams, which hopefully won't be us. They're on the attack. We're marking up in the middle. Good. Tackle back towards the own goal. That always makes you nervous. This is surely it. We're 30 seconds over. There it is. Well, given that we were down to 10 men and also a goal down, of course, at the time, that's okay. We can live with that. They had done well to come back and get a draw. Once again, just can't believe that he has launched himself like that into a tackle. But there we go. That's okay because we got a point. We did fight back. And let's see what that does for the league table. It keeps us on top. Obviously, just the 2 points. We've lost our game in hand. Toronto FC, even if they win, will still only be 2 points behind us. So that is that. So that's it for this episode. We'll come back. I think we have to come back for the New York derby, don't we? So come back maybe for New York and Minnesota next episode. So we'll do that. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. You know the drill on that. Other than that, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you very much for watching. And here are some of our goals of the month for May. Take care.